Happy Thursday, everybody. Thank you so much for downloading or streaming the Be Our Guest podcast. The following is the live call-in show from this past Sunday night, March 24th, 2024. During this show, I was flying solo, but that's okay because we got lots of great calls. We talked to folks about their favorite bites ever down at Walt Disney World, some from Morimoto Asia, some from Boma, some are just little snacks here and there around Walt Disney World. We also talked about the new drone show coming to Disney Springs this summer, the Disney Destiny that's coming to the Disney Cruise Line fleet. And check this out. Scott wasn't here tonight, so we called him, and he was in Beast's Castle at the Magic Kingdom. So he gives us a quick trip report from his trip down at Walt Disney World this week. This and much more coming your way on today's show. Don't forget, our podcast always brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We'd love to help you plan your next Disney adventure for no additional cost to you. Check out all the details over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link when you shop online. That really does help support the show. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And thank you to our Patreon supporters. You guys make these shows possible. Again, I just got to say thank you for that. You allow us to do our show. And if you'd like to support us, just $5 a month is all it takes. And you can really help us out. And you'll get a bonus show every week called Mike in the Midwest. Coming over today, patreon.com/Be Our Guest Podcast.
Ready to take a trip to the world? You found the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. This is where your memories come front and center on our podcast stage.
Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to the Sunday night BOGP Open Line. That's right. It's Sunday night. It is March 24th, 2024. And I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com. But you can find me lately over in our Be Our Guest Podcast Clubhouse. That's right. It's our Discord channel. It's BeOurGuestPodcast.com/Discord. If you're not there, you need to get there right now. We're going to be taking your calls for the next hour at 407-413-9395. Again, that's 413-9395. I know that music's annoying, but I just like kind of playing in with the house band. That's kind of fun. And I would be throwing it to Scotty G at this point, but we are not doing that tonight because Scotty G is a member of the Be Our Guest Podcast crew, and he's checking out our restaurant as we speak. He is being seated in the Beast Castle in the Magic Kingdom right now. So we are going to check in with him live at the Magic Kingdom here in just a matter of moments. So stand by for that. We're going to give him a call. He's been all over Epcot today. He's now at the Magic Kingdom. He's staying at Coronado Springs. He's been checking out Flower and Garden. He rope dropped Epcot this morning. So we're going to check in to see how things are down at Walt Disney World. Man on a mission today. He's been going hard, and we're going to find out what things are like down at Walt Disney World. But we're going to be taking your calls first. So we're going to let him get seated before we give him a call, because this is the BOGP open line. So we want to talk to you. So it's just me flying solo here in the studios in beautiful St. Peters, Missouri. But I want to talk to you about what's going on. And we had some news this week, right? We've been talking. We did the show about 3 Fridays ago about that last hour at Walt Disney World. We need to spice it up. We need fireworks and a parade at the Magic Kingdom. We were talking about that. How could they spice things up? They could bring back a nighttime parade at the Magic Kingdom. We've been missing that. You know, we longed for those days with Spectral Magic, with the Main Street Electrical Parade paired with a great fireworks show. Those were the days, right? We talked about that 15 years ago. We also brought up the idea of drones coming to Walt Disney World at some point. And then lo and behold, on my busiest day this week, because we were booking all those cruises for folks for the summer of 2025, I take 15 minutes to eat a turkey and cheese sandwich at about 11 o'clock. And I get this one-word text from Ricky. And it says, actually it's 2 words. It says Mike, drones in all capital letters with a bunch of exclamation points. And my heart was happy. I felt like I was smart for once in my life that I saw this coming, that we were going to get drones at Walt Disney World at some point. It was just inevitable because I've been doing it over in France. And I had seen that at Walt Disney World, they had hired some drone folks that moved to Central Florida. And so they were obviously working on something, but I was surprised by the location, but it makes total sense to me. I love this. The drone show is going to come this summer, and it's going to come to Disney Springs. So here's what we know about the drone show. It's called Dreams That Soar. And what it says is that at Disney Springs, drones are going to take to the sky above Lake Buena Vista with Dreams That Soar, a summertime experience that will be a late night perk for visitors. You Can Fly takes on a whole new meaning as we showcase Disney's story celebrating the joy of flight with state-of-the-art drones choreographed to create designs in the sky and paired with a soaring musical score and memorable movie quotes. After spending a day delighting in shopping, discovering fun activities, and savoring diverse flavors in Disney Springs, turn your eyes to the skies above the West Side with a show amongst the stars. Disney Dreams That Soar will run nightly from May 24th to September 2nd. So this is going to be very similar, I believe, to the other show, which was called Starbright Holidays, which is the one that I've talked about on the show many times that I got to see. I think it was back in 2016 or 17, because they mentioned the West Side, and that's where they had us watch this show, was on the West Side. Where they staged us for the media event was behind Bongos, which was that Gloria Estefan restaurant, which I believe right now is the current location of Summer House. So that's, I think, where you're going to want to see this show. But drones are awesome because the drones themselves are silent. So they can just play a musical score, and these drones will light up and make all these designs in the sky. They appear, they're gone. If you've never seen a drone show, the first time you see one, you'll go home and you'll evangelize to how cool it is, because they'll have these at your local, maybe ball games or civic events. They're becoming more and more popular because companies are taking these out, and there's companies that specialize in these drone shows. But I think it's a great reason to go to Disney Springs in the night. And Scott and Wade and I were talking about this in a message thread. And I don't believe Wade and Scott have a trip planned in this window, because it's not a very long window. It's just the summer from May to September. But we're going down for our cruise. Our cruise is July 6th to the 13th. So we're doing that 1 week cruise. But my girls don't have any tickets, and we're only going to be down there for that. We can only be gone for 8 days because of Mallory's cheerleading schedule and Paige being gone for basketball. We don't have time to go to Walt Disney World, to go to the parks at all. So we're not getting any theme park tickets. However, you guys know, what do I say? You got to be in Central Florida the night before the cruise. So we're going to stay at Walt Disney World the night before the cruise. So when I hear about this is perfecto. So we'll go to Disney Springs. We'll get dinner, Polite Pig, maybe Homecoming. Maybe we'll get Deluxe Burger. Maybe we'll go to Splitsville, bowl, have some dinner, and then watch this drone show. Perfect. Maybe we'll stay at French Quarter, Riverside, catch a boat down. I mean, this is a perfect night for the night before our cruise. I love this idea. This is going to be awesome for me. So I'm super excited about this. What do you guys think about this? Is this something that changes your plans? Is this something you see that's coming to the park here soon? I just want to know what you're thinking about this. So give me a call, 407. I don't want to have to talk for the whole hour, so I want to speak with you. So give me a call at 407-413-9395. 407-413-9395. In the chat over on Facebook, Abel says, I just landed at MCO for a conference and may have a few hours to kill after 7 on Monday and Tuesday. Thoughts on what I can accomplish at that time? All right, so let's give some ideas there for Abel. He's one of our great listeners of the show. He's in a conference down in Orlando, but he has some time to kill after 7 Monday, so tomorrow, and Tuesday as we record this show live. Disney Springs, I mean, if you don't have tickets, I forgot to kill the sound, but hey, we have a call, thank goodness. And let's see who we have. Hey, who's calling in?
Hey, Mike, it's Brandon up in New Hampshire. How are you?
I am great. Thanks for calling. Without a co-host, it was going to be a lot of talking, so I'm glad that you made it in. What's going on?
Hey, just wanted to comment. I just heard yesterday on my way home from work, you guys' last Sunday call-in episode, so I want to give my couple of points on Best Bites in Disney World, if that's okay, and also the magic that's happened for me in Disney.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go for it. Rock on.
All right. So to agree with one of your people that called in there, the tuna bowl there over at Morimoto's is fantastic. But over at Morimoto Asia's, the best thing that you can get there is actually an appetizer. It's their sticky ribs. They are pork ribs with a sesame soy sticky glaze over the top, and you can get an order of 3 or 6. You got to get the 6 because these things are just unbelievable.
Everything about that sounds unreal. I mean, everything you just mentioned sounds perfect. It sounds perfect. I could go for 6, 12. I mean, double me up.
I mean, they're not cheap by any means, but I mean, if you're a rib guy, which I am, I'm a big barbecue guy up here in New Hampshire. I mean, these things are phenomenal. There's nothing that I could even replicate about these things that can mix that sweet, savory, little bit of a saffron taste to them. I mean, it's just unreal. And I can see why they do 3, because if you do 6, your meal is like, okay, well, I don't really need a whole meal after that. But that bibimbap that the lady mentioned in last week's show there, where they do, it's table side, it's basically like a pork fried rice, but it's seared tuna, and they cook it in a 500-degree clay bowl. It's unbelievable if you like any form of seafood.
I do. My family doesn't. It's a shame. I got to eat it basically on cruises and when, the opportunity arises, but I could, oh man, I'm glad you brought that up. This is what I love. And again, here's another plug for the Discord, which Ryan here in the chat on Facebook is saying how friendly everybody's been on the Discord. And I have to totally agree. It's like a little clubhouse, but this is one of those things. People have been dropping in stuff like this that I've never heard of, but I've learned so much from our listeners just by hanging out in our Discord over the past few weeks. And this is just another kind of thing here. I love that we're kind of all in this together to make our trips better. So I have this definitely tapped. I wonder if you can get this at that little walk-up window, like a little side order. You
can get the ribs. You can't get the bibimbap, but you can get the ribs at the walk-up.
I'm totally going for this.
Absolutely. And the other favorite bite that I've got from Disney is over at Haleo. And it's this thing that they bring out a ceramic Cinderella pillow, like what her slipper would be placed on. And they are potato and chicken croquettes. And there's 5 of them on this little, they put them in the 4 corners of the pillow and 1 in the middle. I mean, these things are phenomenal. It takes over 2 full days to make these the way they're prepared. But I will tell you, that is a bite of heaven. They're about 3 inches long. They're cylindrical shaped. They're probably 1.5 inches in diameter thickness. These things are a bite of mashed potato chicken heaven that are deep fried. And oh my God, Mike, I mean, these things are unreal.
I've heard of those. Now, I've never seen them or had them or anything like that, but I have heard somebody bring that up, that those things are unbelievable. Because, they're almost mythical, right? Because they're so special, but I've heard of those. So yes.
Oh, it's nothing, again, that I wouldn't even try to replicate it. It's not worth it. I've tried the rib thing from Morimoto. It doesn't taste the same. I wouldn't even bother with these things. I mean, the way that they make these potatoes and this chicken croquette is just phenomenal. I mean, to know that, and this is one of the things that made Jose Andres famous. He performed this recipe on, I can't remember if it was Iron Chef. Yeah, it was Iron Chef America. And that's what won him the title, were these croquettes.
I'm glad he brought it there though, so you can get it, if you really want to check it out. That's what vacation's all about. Trying stuff, getting out, splurging. Go for it.
Absolutely. And like me and Scotty G, we like the finer foods in life and even the simpler things. I mean, the spring roll, the egg roll cart over at Magic Kingdom. I mean, those things are phenomenal too. Those are nothing to sneeze at, but I mean, those are a couple of the bites to me that sticks out in my mind. And we've been back a couple times and every time it's phenomenal. The one moment I wanted to tell you, I think I've already mentioned this to you before, was a few years ago, we were doing the candlelight processional at Epcot and the wife wasn't having it that day. We were doing the dinner package thing there where we were doing beer garden and then you get the tickets to go over to candlelight processional. And like I said, the wife wasn't feeling great. She wasn't looking to eat Wiener Schnitzel and bratwurst and
you got to feel
all the
you
things
got to
that
feel
are Germany.
Beer garden. You got to feel it. Yeah, you can't just go in there like not in the mood. Yeah, I totally agree with your wife. Totally.
I mean, I would have been in there and I would have hammered down that all-you-can-eat buffet like there was nobody's business. You know what I mean? I mean, that would have been me, and she'd have been sitting outside on a park bench, green in the face, thinking, oh, my God, I just want a soup or a simple sandwich.
Yes.
So I walked into the place, and I talked to the guy at the front counter, and he brings out a manager, and I said, listen, I'll pay for the entire experience. I know what the ticket costs are and everything. And he goes, "Oh, she's not feeling well." And I said, "No." I said, he goes, "And you just want tickets to the processional?" So I'm like, "Yeah." So I pull out my credit card, and he's like, "And you want to pay for the meal and the experience with the tickets?" And I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely. We signed up for this. We want to go see it later tonight." He goes, "Merry Christmas," hands me the 2 tickets to the candlelight processional, did not charge me a dime, and canceled the dining reservation part, but still gave us our preferred dining tickets.
That's cool because I mean that's just being a human being, right? And understanding the situation. And you were being understanding, right? You were willing, you knew what you signed up for. You were willing to go through with the
Absolutely.
transaction, but he's like I mean, he made the right call because they were, Beer Garden's not losing money that day. And everybody comes out of the transaction happy. That makes me feel good.
And that was one of the coolest moments. That's one of the only, like, I guess you could say, the sprinkle of magic, so to speak, the pixie dust that I've ever really experienced at Disney. So to rebuttal that, a couple of years later, we went down there and we did the dining experience, went over to Rose and Crown because you can't get enough of the fish and chips and the Scotch egg and stuff like that.
Oh,
And we were
so
going to the
good.
candlelight processional that night. So we went and ate dinner, and then she wanted to do something different that night, which is fine. We went over to Magic Kingdom to do some other things instead of the candlelight, because we've seen it a few times. So we had these tickets given to us as part of the dining package. I'm like, why don't we do the same thing that was given to us? So I took the 2 tickets and walked up to a cast member and said, "Can you give these to a couple of people that may not be able to get into the candlelight processional itself because it's going to be packed? You got standing room only after all the main seats are filled in." We gave them to her, and I said, "I don't care who they go to. Find a couple or a mother and daughter or father and son and give them to them." So she was absolutely ecstatic, and we gave them to her, and they actually took our picture for giving them the tickets because we were going to do something different later that night. So I wanted to pay it back.
I love that. That's how, you see those people that sometimes like at McDonald's, you'll pay for the car behind you or, what have you in the drive through. But that's cool when you get to do that for somebody at Walt Disney World, because you never know, that person could have just had something really bad happen in their life. And that's, little unexpected magic goes a long way because you never know who's getting that.
Yeah.
Somebody could really
Exactly.
need that.
Pay it forward.
Absolutely.
It was given to us. Give it to somebody else if we're not going to use it. Don't let it go to waste. Don't throw those tickets in the trash can. I don't know if you can buy individual tickets to Candlelight Processional, but I know the dining packages, we've done it enough times where I was like, all right, well, we're going to skip it this time. We're going to do something different tonight and, make somebody else's day.
And I like to think, they call that the butterfly effect. I like to think that maybe it's because you did that, the couple that got that, the father, son, the couple, whoever it might have been. Think about that. They could have kept it going. And then the person that they gave it to, realistically, probably not. But I mean, that thing could still be going on tonight somewhere, like on the other side of the planet,
Exactly.
Somebody could still be passing that on. It could be the domino effect.
And
I
you just
love
don't
that.
know. I mean,
Yeah.
it could be somebody on the other side of the world that got those 2 tickets and it made their trip, much more, memorable or something like that. If it was I'd like to hope in my mind, my mind's eye, saying maybe it was somebody on the other side of the world. This was their one and only ever trip, and somebody gifted them the 2 tickets. And I like to play it out that way in my head.
Hey, it's being a good person and doing a good deed is never the wrong answer. That's what I say.
Absolutely. I wanted to comment one more thing about your last week's Sunday show because I missed it. I was out of town, but you guys were talking about your snowfalls from that past weekend. Well, you cursed us because yesterday we got 1.5 feet of snow here in New Hampshire, and thought we were in long time spring. We've had great weather. It's been in the 40s and the low 50s for like 3 weeks. Early spring, it's here, and then we got pounded on yesterday again. It's like, Mother Nature said, "Oh, you thought you were done."
I think we're done here. I mean, it's been like today's high. I think tomorrow's going to be in the 50s, like for a high. But I think I'm calling it. I think we're done with snow in Missouri. But it's going to be in because of course, this week Pam and Mallory are both on spring break coming up this week. So the weather's like sketch. It's like mid 50s. It was in the 80s 3 weeks ago. So of course it drops down to where it's not very nice this week. They're both complaining. I'm like, hey, at least you're off. I'm not off this week, so quit complaining. Then next weekend it's supposed to be like, for Easter.
Consider that a win.
I know. Well,
the weather
of course, next Saturday I think the high is supposed to be like 78, right? Like right before Easter when they got to go back to school. But it's one of those things. I think we're good, but you guys keep the snow up that way. I saw the weather. Yeah, it's not pretty up northeast. So yeah, I don't need any of that. I'm done. I'm good. Yeah, I drive a
I agree.
convertible. I'm ready to
done
take
with
the
it,
top.
buddy. It's gardening season for us. We're time to start growing the vegetables and go down to uh, flower and garden here in about a month, first week of May. And, we do our thing down there. We love I want to see the new topiaries. Looking forward to that. But, we have to escape here in December and May every year just to go down and see how lovely Florida is. I will tell you, our December trip, we were down there 2 of the nights. One of them was down to 42 and one was 47, and we were not prepared.
You got to be ready. And man, December, January. I think it's because I'm a runner and I've had to run in the cold weather down there. I always pack cold weather gear now. I don't play because I've been caught in it. You know what I'm saying? Like
we've got a couple Spirit jerseys sold that time, because every time we've been down there in December, it's always been 60s to 70s, even low 80s during the day, and possibly 50s to 60s at night. We were not ready for low 40s.
No, because I always bring my thermal stuff for my running, and then if I have to go into the parks and it's cold, I just wear my thermal layer under, and I'm good. And then I take it off in the afternoon.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, you think smarter.
I think
positively. I'm glass half full. I'm like, yeah, not bad. This is going to be good.
What I've learned is as I get older, I get colder easier. I know I'm getting like 90 years old, it feels like, but I don't like being cold. I do not like being cold anymore. I used to hate it, but not mind it, but I hate being cold. So I got the
again, I'm a New Englander. I'm pretty used to the cold, but I had the pipe dream of it's always warm in Florida, and I was truly misleaded this last trip. I will tell you that much.
Hey,
but we were at Animal Kingdom Lodge, so what can you say?
Oh, sit by the fireplace. Oh my God.
Exactly.
Yeah, totally.
Yep. Go down into the lobby, sit by the fireplace, and it was snug as a bug in a rug, as they say.
Absolutely. Hey, well, real quick. I mean, do you guys ever sail Disney Cruise Line?
I've never done Disney Cruise Line. I am petrified of being on a boat where I can't see land.
Oh man, got to do it. It's one
of those
big.
Unrational fears. I will do it, though. I will do it, and the first trip is going to be the Alaska one, because that just looks fantastic.
I know, seriously. If it wasn't so expensive, I'd do it. But I so want to, but it's expensive. But I am going to do it because I do want to see mountain. Because like when I go to Disneyland, you see my camera roll on my iPhone. I take a picture of every mountain I see between St. Louis and Disneyland from the plane, like any kind of mountain. I mean, like, of course, I take them like all of the Rockies. We go over the Rockies, but then you start seeing other ones like, out in the desert Southwest and stuff. I love mountains. So, of course, like going to Alaska, I'd be just a kid in the candy store, glaciers and all that stuff and all the snow. Oh, my God. But yeah, I am going to make it happen. But I got to get my kid through college, or at least get her off.
Yep, I hear you. Mine's 27 years old nowadays, so we're past that age. But we have mountains here in New Hampshire, nothing like the Rockies or anything like that. But I live at the base of one of the most climbed mountains in the entire country. It's called Mount Monadnock here in New England, and it's beautiful. I mean, especially when the snow is on the cap and it's nice down below. We have the White Mountains here in New Hampshire, which is Franconia Notch, Mount Washington, which has the most extreme weather of anywhere in the country. But they are gorgeous. I mean, I'm a hiker, so to me, to go up and down these mountains and over these ridges, the photography you can get off of even your own phone that you carry in your pocket is phenomenal. And that's what we live for. I mean, we have terrain differences of 50 miles can mean 5,000 feet just in driving.
I saw actually that because on Sunday and Sunday mornings usually I watch a show called Aerial America. It's all about the states and it's shot by drones. It's from about 10 years ago, but it's on the Smithsonian Channel and it's always on Sunday mornings, just like a block of it, like five hours in a row. It should be at Epcot. It's so Epcot, but they've shown that. So I've seen those mountains and it's gorgeous. And they say people get caught up there in weather a lot of times and get killed. Because the weather will change so drastically.
That's just it. I mean, it's one of the most treacherous mountains in the world, Mount Washington. I mean, it can be 60, 70 degrees down in the valley, and it can be negative 30 at the peak.
Yeah.
So it's
they're saying.
No Everest by any means, but it is. But there are a lot of loss of lives on that mountain, unfortunately, because people are just not prepared for what they're going
through. That's what they said. They said, it'll be beautiful at the base. They'll get up there. They won't expect it, and boom, all of a sudden it's too late. Yeah, so interesting.
Yeah, if you're ever bored sometime, look at Mount Washington Weather Station.
That's where it gets so windy, right?
Live most of the time. It's pretty amazing.
I'm totally going to do that. Well, hey, Brandon, I appreciate the call, and thanks for the thoughts. And we'll get you on a ship. We'll have to sail together. We'll make it fun.
Absolutely, buddy. Have a good night.
You too. Good talking to you. And happy Easter next week.
You as well.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye. All right, 407-413-9395, 407-413-9395 is the phone number. You can give us a call, and we're going to wish Margie a very happy birthday on April 14th. Her birthday is coming up. Yes, there is a cold about Florida. I will say, when you get cold in Florida, there's something about it. I don't know if Floridians experience this, because I don't know, Floridians always dress. I mean, if you're from Florida, like I know it's Floridians, if it's 70, they're in coats. I'm not like that. But in Florida, when I get cold, I have a hard time recovering from the cold. Like I tend to stay cold. It's weird. There's something about a Florida cold that it's hard to recover from. All right, so we have some comments here in the chat. So I'm going to get to those while we're waiting for our next call at 407-413-9395. 407-413-9395. We could talk about the ship. What do you think about also? I'm going to talk about the Disney Destiny, the next Wish class ship. Heroes and villains is the theme. What do you think about that theme? Heroes and villains, staterooms. Could they be, what do you think? Are they going to be pirate, the staterooms? Are they going to be, I don't know, like Cruella de Vil staterooms? What would you like to see? Let's talk about that. But William has a question. So I have a question for you, Mike. Staying at a resort that's above Pop Century for the first time, it's going to be Caribbean Beach during my Halloween stay. What sort of things should I expect over staying at Pop Century in the value resorts? Okay. Making the step up. You're moving on up down the Skyliner. So you're going to have a bigger room. Okay, here's my spiel as a travel agent. You're going to have a slide at your hotel feature pool. That's one of the differences between a value and a moderate, if you're looking. That moderate hotels at their feature pools have slides. Value hotels do not have slides at their pools. I don't know if you're going to be doing any sliding at your pool, but that is one of the perks. So you have a great feature pool at Caribbean Beach. Obviously, the key is at Caribbean Beach, you have Skyliner access, and over Pop Century, you're at the Skyliner hub. You have one less hop. You won't have to make the transfer. Like when you come from Pop Century and you're going to Epcot, you have to come from Pop Century, get off, transfer at Caribbean Beach to the Epcot Skyliner line. At Caribbean Beach, you just get on wherever you're going to go. You're already at the transfer station, which takes out the one additional hop. So you got direct access. So that's good. At Caribbean Beach, you also have access to the Riviera. So you have Prima Piatto to dine. You can walk over to Topolino's Terrace if you want to get a reservation there. You also have access to their Skyliner station. So if you're staying in like Mozambique, you can walk over to that station. You're probably closer. You have a table service restaurant, Sebastian's Bistro. You have a great food court there, just like at Pop Century. That's nice. Like I said, bigger rooms, a little bit. It's not as animated of a theme. It's more of a geographical theme and the Caribbean theme. More slightly centrally more located, but not really. I mean, it's next door to Pop Century. So that's about the big difference. All right, let's see here. Mike says he thinks prices at Saratoga Springs will increase with the drone show because you're going to get a little view of the of the entertainment there, which who knows. Let's see here. Kevin says, what do we got here? Next week going to be the fourth weekend. I've been away. Oh, next weekend, Kevin is going to be at Wilderness Lodge. Well, congratulations, Kevin. That is going to be a great weekend to be at Wilderness Lodge. That is going to be awesome. And people are agreeing that down at Florida, when you get cold, the reason it's hard to bounce back, Brandon says he's on YouTube and he was just talking to us. He says it's that cold humidity, and maybe that's it. And Lisa also says over on YouTube, it's a wet cold. It is. I mean, I just remember this one time we were down there. This is probably over 10 years ago at this point. We took my mother-in-law down for New Year's Eve, and we were there for a week. We're staying at All Stars. And I just remember one day we were in Animal Kingdom and we got cold. And I just remember I could not shake it. We got back to the room, we turned the heat on full blast, and I could not shake it. And I'm still like that. Sometimes in Florida when I get cold, I struggle. A jacuzzi though, that'd be a good drink from the bar. A jacuzzi, good solutions. All right, 407-413-9395. We'll take mini trip reports. We'll talk about the Disney Destiny, the next ship, delivering. And actually, they didn't even use the word delivering this time. I love this. They said, how about sailing in the year 2025? I think that's aggressive. How many of you remember about the inaugural cruise for the Disney Wish? Does anybody remember that? I do. Because it got canceled because the ship wasn't ready. Now, again, that was during COVID. There was special circumstances, but I wish that I hope they're not being too aggressive with booking this Destiny. And also, here's another thing. Could they have not waited in the announcement until not the week that everybody and their brother are booking the summer of 2025 cruises? They put that out right dead in the middle of everybody booking these cruises for the summer of 2025. Were people not talking to each other at Disney? Seriously, let everybody book their summer cruises and then put that out this coming week. What was going on with that? Anyway, we got a call and it looks like it is Vero Mike down in Vero Beach, Florida. Mike, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, Mike? I figured I'd give you a call since you're talking about the Florida winters down here.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, I'm usually fine, but I mean, when I get that cold down there, I just can't shake it sometimes.
We had an unusually cold, wet winter here in Florida. And I mean, I grew up down here, so this was an unusually colder winter for us down here. So we're starting to warm up. Today was beautiful, you know, a little windy, but
it's super
unusually cold this winter.
Hey, it's windy up at the BR Guest Podcast Studios too. We got a wind advisory. They told us to take in your lawn umbrellas. You know, like we have a umbrella on our deck for our picnic table. I mean, it's going to get crazy over the next 24 hours. They said so. I guess it's windy everywhere. It's nuts.
Oh, you should see the ocean down here. I'm a surfer, so it's been really big surf the last few days here.
Yeah, well, stay safe out there.
That's been fun. That's been fun. We're looking at Disney Vero. Disney Vero, they're about to open up the beach this week there. They've been doing a sand and turtle renourishment project up there. So the beach has been closed the entire month down here at Disney Vero. So that's been kind of strange.
Wow.
All the people coming down here can't actually go to the beach in front of the resort for the last month until this weekend it opens up.
I wonder if did they give the guests a discount or something because they can go to the beach there. Did you have to go down somewhere, like, you know, just catch a car? You
got to go up to Sebastian or down more into Vero because that's actually on Wabasco Beach, the Disney Resort. So I don't know if they give any discounts or provide transportation, but we went there for breakfast a couple weeks ago, and it was a little bit slower than it normally is. But they're talking about bringing back the character dining April 20th, so that's pretty cool. So we'll definitely check that out. That's actually the weekend we're doing the 10-miler, so we'll probably check it out the following weekend.
Nice. You getting excited for the race?
I am excited. I'm training. I got my Hokas. I've been running. You know, I did the half marathon, of course, but I'm still training, and I'm getting ready for the 10-miler. It's, you know, running. It's definitely getting a little bit easier for me since I've been doing it for a solid year now. So.
That's right.
I'm getting rid of those aches and pains from the first year, you know.
Oh, dude, I got aches and pains constantly. You got to tell me what you're doing because I'm always sore. I can't get out of a chair.
Trust me, I know. But I wanted to touch base. We actually, I never talked to you about the cruise we took in December. We did the Disney Wish. It was absolutely the best thing we've ever done Disney-wise, ever.
Okay, so give us like a few highlights because we have obviously the Disney Destiny's coming on. We found out about that this week. Same class ship. So basically, it's going to be like, for people that don't know, you know, they have sister ships.
We've done a Dream before.
Okay. So like, people that don't know, like, so this will be a sister ship to the Wish. So like the Fantasy and the Dream are sister ships. So they're basically the same ship, just things have different names and different themes. So this will be, the Destiny will be a sister to the Wish. So that's kind of where we're going. But tell us what you liked about the Wish.
Yeah. I found the Wish to be a nicer ship. It's more, it's brighter than the Dream. You know, it's just, I mean, we were just blown away. We sat in the lobby every single night and did the Kiss Goodnight.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for the 3 days we were on it, I think I slept like 15 hours if that. You know, we were just up. I just wanted to see everything and do everything. So It was incredible. The shows were incredible. The food was incredible. The service is of course next level. We loved the Star Wars bar was amazing. My gosh, I mean, I could just go on and on. It was just, of course, Castaway was amazing. We didn't do too much in Nassau. We got off the boat, walked around a little bit, but we just, went right back onto the ship. But the ship was incredible. I mean, like I said, we go to Disney all the time. It was probably the best thing we've ever done Disney-wise.
Yeah. So which of the restaurants did you like the best? Like the main rotation restaurants?
I think our favorite one was the Frozen restaurant. That was the best time. Definitely. The theming, the show was amazing. And it was the second night. So it was a 3-night trip. So the second night, it was just, the vibe was crazy. Everyone was just, so excited to be there. But I don't know. I think it was the best food and the best atmosphere and the best show. The dinner show was awesome.
It's wild. Yeah, I mean it's like Chef Mickey's on steroids. Have you ever been to Chef Mickey's? I mean, it's busy.
Yeah.
It's insane because you got a little show happening in the middle of the restaurant. You have Olaf coming around on a cart, like meeting, but I mean, you get a chance to like get up close and get a picture with them. You have Sven coming around. I mean, it is highly. You're swinging your napkins. I mean, I was almost sweating by the end of that meal. It was a good meal, but I mean, it was exhausting.
Yeah. The pirate night was amazing. Oh my gosh. We saw movies. Again, we saw all the shows. The Little Mermaid was it was incredible. The cast was amazing. The show was amazing. Oh boy. Of course, Castaway was amazing. I got to do the Castaway 5K.
That's fun sometimes.
So that was a lot of fun.
Depends on the weather.
But yeah, Disney Wish. I can't say enough good things about it. The only bad thing was the 3 nights.
Yep.
The next time we do it, I think, I don't know, the 4-night definitely. The 3 nights went really quick.
Yeah, I'm so looking forward because I've only done a 7-night on Disney Cruise Line one time. We did a podcast cruise, in 2017 on the Fantasy for 7 nights, and this summer we're doing another 7-night. I'm so excited for that.
And for us, it's easy because we live an hour and a half, not even an hour and a half from Cocoa Beach, so we're quick trip up 95, and we're there. So it's not like the whole big planning. We don't have to fly in, so we're lucky in that.
Yep.
That respect,
They're fun. Because sea days are my favorite, honestly. I love sea days. Like, I just like, playing trivia and going to the tastings and, hanging out for an hour or two in the sports bar, just hanging, just sitting in in a lounge chair on deck 4 and looking at the ocean, reading a book. When do you get to do that? It's all, especially, I mean, you get to see the ocean, right? You're in Florida, you're in Vero Beach. Like, I love the ocean, but I'm in Missouri. Like sea days are unreal for me because I never get to see the ocean and just listen to the waves.
I never get sick of the ocean, even though I grew up on the beach and I see the beach. I work right on the beach. I see it every day. Even when I was in Castaway, I spent a few hours in the ocean, so.
That's cool. That's cool. You appreciate it. Yeah.
What's that?
I said, that's super cool that you still appreciate it, even though you're surrounded by it. I mean, that's probably pretty rare down there.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. We love it. And we have, right north of Vero Beach, we have Sebastian Inlet. It's probably the most beautiful part of Florida. It's the most beautiful beach. It really is.
That's awesome. Well, I'm glad you had such a great time, and I know you're going to kill the 10-miler. So good luck with that.
Oh, ready. I want to definitely get a great time and finish sub 2 hours for sure, and get a good time so I can get in a better corral. We signed up for the wine and dine. I'm doing a half marathon, so.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully I can.
You've been bit by the bug.
I can move up a little bit.
So you're gonna sign up for marathon weekend because that's the next one I'm doing, I think.
We want to. We probably will. I've never done a full marathon, so I'm kind of just kicking it around. So I really want to do it, but we'll probably end up doing it.
I'm just saying, if you want to do the full marathon, it kicks your butt in every way possible, but it feels awesome when you cross the line. But it's 5, 6, 7 hours of suckage. I'll tell you that. But it's pretty cool when you're finished.
Yeah, crossing that line. For the half marathon. Yeah, it's definitely the biggest high crossing that finish line. That's 100% true.
Yeah, but it's definitely no fun. It's not really too much fun during it, but it's fun when you finish.
When I finish, it's worth it. It's worth it.
It
The pain
is.
is
It
definitely
is.
worth it.
It is. I like the ears behind me. Those are fun. Anyway.
When I finish the 10-miler, we're going to go right over to Germany. We're going to go to the what's that dessert place with the butter bars? They have a new chocolate caramel cookie. I forget the name of it. I saw it on DFB.
Oh
this
yeah,
week, and I'm like,
the caramel couche.
Yes, I'm going right there and going to celebrate, and that's the plan. So.
All right. Well, hey, good luck. Well, we still got time. We'll talk to you before that, I hope.
Definitely. Oh, for sure. For sure.
All right. Well, hey, you guys have a good Easter down there, and it's great talking to you, buddy. Thank you.
Awesome. Happy Easter, everybody. Good
All
luck,
right.
guys. Thank you.
Take care, buddy. Stay safe. Bye-bye. All right. Vero Mike there. Love talking to him. Man, he's living the life down there. Vero Beach, man. Some people just living in great places. And Ryan, our great friend there over on Facebook, was asking about where that Haunted Mansion bar is going to be. That's going to be on the Disney Treasure, which is going to start sailing next year to, it's going to be doing 7-night sailings, Caribbean sailings, alternating Eastern and Western Caribbean sailings. So if you don't want to go out for 3 or 4-night sailings, you want to go on the good long sailings to the Caribbean. So if you want to go places like Cozumel, Grand Cayman, where's it going? That'd be the Western. Where else does the Western go? I think it goes to Jamaica. Of course, they all go to Castaway Cay, but this will go to Lighthouse Point too. And that'd be your Western sailing. Eastern would be Tortola, St. Thomas. Where else does that go? Because I'm going on that one. Like, where's the other island? It goes 3 places. Castaway Cay. I think it only goes to Castaway Cay. Anyway, if you want to go to the Eastern Caribbean, also that's fun. So I got to check and see where we're going. Like I said, I'm more excited for the 3 sea days. I cannot wait. So yeah, the Treasure will be awesome because it's got the whole new. It's gonna have like it feels more like an Adventureland theme on the Treasure. I think it's gonna be because Mike was just mentioning how the Wish. We talked about this after the podcast cruise, especially Scott and I. We've really kind of broken this down to each other. The Wish is a princess ship to us. It's very white. It's very bright, but it's very like Cinderella princess-ish. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it felt very like princess oriented. It felt very, I don't know. It just felt like it was like very princess themed. Where I think the Treasure is going to feel more like piratey, like a dude's basement. I could totally be missing this. That could be totally off, but I feel like it's going to be like paneling in browns. I don't know. Maybe I'm off on that, but I just feel like that's what it's going to be. And maybe that's more my theme. Like that's how I'd want my basement. I want my basement to be like a 70s, 80s basement, like paneling and browns. In Adventureland and like trunks, ropes. I don't know. That's what I was thinking with the Treasure. We'll see. Because I mean, that's a guy, like on the old Love Boat. Remember the Pirates Cove that Isaac worked at on the Love Boat? Like that's how I'd want my basement to be. That'd be sweet with that like little behind his bar. He had that stained glass window. The best. Let's see here. What else do we got going on in the chat? We don't have a beach in Oregon. We have the coast. There's sand, and some would consider a beach, but it's not like Florida Beach, and the Pacific is always cold. No fun. That's William. He says the best thing at Caramel Couche is the gingerbread cake cookie thing they do during the holidays. Yeah, that's right. Okay, William's right. Yeah, you only do go to Tortola and St. Thomas and Castaway Cay for the Eastern, which is fine because, hey, sea days, 3 sea days. All right, we have our next call. Hey, who's joining us?
Hey, Mike, it's Katie from Greenville, South Carolina.
Hey, Katie down in South Carolina. I just watched, speaking of that Aerial America show, I watched the South Carolina special today, so I know everything about your state. I know BMW's there. I know how it started in Charleston, and I know everything about your state today. What's going on?
Oh, nice. Yeah. So in Greenville, I'm about like 25 minutes from the BMW plant.
Yeah, it's in Greer, by the way, because see, I paid attention.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
My wife says you are such a nerd, Mike, and I'm like, that's just the kind of stuff I like. I am a nerd. Anyway, what's going on?
So I'm a little late on this. I was going to call in a couple months ago, but I actually was trying to call in for a couple of Sunday shows on the wrong number. and it just kept going to some random Florida number, and I didn't figure it out till recently that I was like, oh my gosh, I've been calling the wrong number this whole time.
Some dude's
I
like,
just thought it
I
wasn't
don't
getting
know.
in.
I don't know the answer, and I don't like Disney. Quit calling me. I'm just trying to watch TV.
That's right. Yeah. But Mike, you actually booked my last trip, our trip for marathon weekend.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, and so I know like you and Scotty G recently were talking about best bites at Walt Disney World.
Mm-hmm.
So we went to Boma marathon weekend, and we've eaten at Boma a few times, and I think they always have bread pudding, but I feel like maybe they had some kind of special bread pudding that was maybe left over from the holidays, because it had some kind of like cranberries and like this orange glaze sauce. And I don't remember that being there before. So, but I know Disney World has a ton of good bread puddings, but that bread pudding is just like the absolute best thing I've ever had in my life. Like top dessert. It was so fantastic. I was so stuffed already from all the normal food that is there. That's great. And then I had a giant plate of that bread pudding. So I think that is my best. I wanted to call in and give my best bite.
See, I love this because these things are so obscure a lot of times. And the shame of this is that sounds like it was probably a limited time offering, right?
Yeah, I think it was. I just don't remember it before. And it felt like it had like a kind of holiday flair to it. And oh my gosh, it was so good.
I know. It's like one of the things I love at Walt Disney World, and they have them more than they used to. Those whoopie pie things that are red. They have them around the holidays. Have you seen? They usually have them down like marathon weekend. They're still they're left over, but they have them now. They have them more than they used to. But they'd have them like at the studios around Christmas. They're like those red whoopie pies. Basically, I mean, they're not that. I mean, you could probably get them at the grocery store, to be honest. They just have like whipped cream in the middle and stuff, but they're so dang good.
Yeah, I've seen those on like a lot of the like Instagram pages and stuff. I've never had one, but they look really good.
Oh, I mean, they're not like fancy, you know, they're pretty simple, but you know, I don't need anything special. They're tasty, but yeah, it's a Christmas thing. So you can't get them like in July usually or anything when I'm there. So
yeah,
but that's, oh my gosh.
And
that
then
sounds
another
so
thing,
Go
we're
ahead.
always a big fan, and I know y'all are too, of the Mickey beignets.
Oh,
I mean, those are just always like an absolute go-to. And we stayed at Caribbean Beach this past time, which worked out really great. But we knew we were going to have to figure out how to make our way over to Port Orleans. And I actually ran into Scotty G that weekend at Topolino's. We were just finishing up, and he was about to go eat. And we actually left there and went and took a Lyft over to Port Orleans to get our Mickey beignets. And our Lyft driver was kind of talking to us, and we were telling her like, yeah, we're just going over to Port Orleans. Like, we're just getting Mickey beignets and coming right back. And she was like, oh, like, I'm from New Orleans. Like, I lived there, you know, the first half of my life. Like, how are they compared to the beignets in New Orleans? And I was like, well, I have no idea because I've never been to New Orleans, but how about we bring you some back and you can just tell us what you think. So she actually waited for us while we went in and got Mickey beignets. And we got back in the car, and the three of us with the Lyft driver just sat there and ate Mickey beignets in her car. And she said that they were different, but they were really good. They're a different texture, but she loved them and was just like so thankful that we shared Mickey beignets with her. So I feel like we converted someone.
I could imagine. I mean, either way, even if they don't taste like New Orleans beignets, they got to be good. They're donuts, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I mean, I don't know how authentic they are either. I've never been down to the French Quarter, you know, down there either. But I mean, I couldn't imagine anybody says they're not good. They're fried dough with powdered sugar all over them.
Right.
They're so tasty.
Yeah. They're not going to be bad.
No, they're not going to be good. They're not going to be bad. They're going to be good every time, because especially when you get them warm in that bag and shake them up with the powdered sugar. Oh, so good. Oh my gosh. Now my mouth's like watering. I could go for some right now. I wish we had a beignet place around here. Oh my gosh. So good.
Yeah.
So you have a trip on the horizon?
I was going to tell you too that you had booked us. I was trying to get a Little Mermaid room. We stayed at Caribbean Beach, and you put in a room request for us, and that worked out perfectly. We got one of the new Little Mermaid rooms in the Trinidad section, and I had done a lot of research online, and I know like the Trinidad section gets they get, like some people kind of down it because it is kind of far away from like the main hub. But we didn't really feel like it was that far. I guess it's all, perspective, but where we stayed at least was right by the Skyliner and by the Joffrey station. It was just like a 4 or 5 minute walk maybe. And so it was a great location. The room was beautiful, like brand new, updated. And so I just wanted to give that a plug for anybody that's going to be staying at Caribbean Beach.
I'm glad you did
the Trinidad section.
I'm glad you did
The new
that
rooms are
because
nice.
because the thing is, it used to feel more remote pre-Skyliner because there wasn't anything else going on down at that end of the resort. Like now that the Skyliner's down there, it is way more attractive to stay down there because you can walk out of your room right to the Skyliner. Like you said, there's a Joffrey's coffee station there, and actually they have that. I think it's called the Spyglass Grill, which is kind of like a little. It's not a full-on restaurant or anything like that, but it's got a few options there to get something to eat and drink. Basically, right there for that section of the resort.
Yeah, that's right. It was great. We really enjoyed staying there. We'll probably go back to French Quarter next time just because we just got to have easy access to the beignets. But we did really enjoy Caribbean Beach too. So
I like the way you roll. That's right. Beignets all the way. It's good stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, I'm gonna have to go to Crumble Cookie tonight or something now. It's close.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too.
Across the street.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to call in and give. I meant to do this a couple months ago, right after marathon weekend. So I thought I'd call in and give my little update and my best bites.
All right. Well, hey, don't be a stranger. Give us a call, and don't be so long in between calls. We'll be waiting for you.
All right. Sounds good.
Happy
Thanks,
Easter down
Mike.
there in South Carolina. You take care.
Thanks. Happy Easter.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. And now it is time. We got to give Scotty G a call live from Walt Disney World. So let's do this. See if we can do this here. Let's see what happens here. Let's see here. Let's see. Contacts. Let's hit the S. Actually, he's probably under the G's. Let's see here. If I hit this, send it to here. Are we hearing? And let's see what we get here.
Hello, this is Scotty G.
Scotty G, you are live on the air on the BOGP open line. What's going on?
And I just happened to be in BR Gus restaurant. How awesome was that?
I know I was setting you up there on the show. What's going on, buddy? It's been too long since I've talked to you.
Yeah, it's been a little bit. We're here in the main dining room of BR Gus, so I'm looking at some snow right now. We're like right here on the window.
Nice.
It's pretty loud. I hope I'm not coming in too crazy, but people are in here having a good time, having some dinner. As usual, though, they're about 40 minutes behind schedule, so we had to wait a little bit to get seated, but that's okay.
This is awesome. You sound crystal clear to me. I'm asking our listeners if it sounds okay for them. I hope so, but I love your
awesome.
I'm showing your little emoji there, guy, because he's hilarious.
Awesome.
Thumbs up, guy.
So it's interesting because it's crazy. Like, when did BR Gus restaurant open? Like 2013, I think, right? Like when the first expansion of Fantasyland. And here we are like 10 years later, and people are still like exploring all the rooms, taking their time with dinner. And like, it's just crazy, like how like popular I still think this restaurant is.
I was wondering, I was going to ask you that because, and everybody says it sounds super clear, which I hear nobody in the background. I mean, it sounds like just me and you talking at your house, to be honest.
That's
crazy.
awesome.
Anyway, so that's a great take because I haven't been in there in ages. I haven't eaten there probably since like 2017. And that is it's super interesting take that, you don't think about it. You think everybody's been there and done that, where you have a ton of people in there exploring it for the first time right now.
That's my assumption because we had a 6:30 ADR and we didn't get seated till like 7:10. And I think that's because everyone takes their time, like to explore like the West Wing, they explore the other room, they take photos. So, because it is a gorgeous restaurant, and I see people walking around like doing that tonight. So it's awesome to me that people are still like attracted to the restaurant. It's kind of old, but it's new for a lot of people. So I think that's great. Oh, I just got the gray stuff delivered to the table here, my dessert trio.
Okay, well, I don't want to keep you too long because I know you got to take care of
no, you're fine. one of the girls will take a photo of it for me, I'm sure, right?
Okay, yeah, because I mean, yeah, one of our rules, everybody knows in our traveling group.
Chocolates are in the middle with the gray stuff.
I gotta hear this. Hang on. We gotta hear this. Just let us hear.
Right, is a dark chocolate strawberry truffle, hazelnut on top.
Sounds great. Thank you.
And for you guys, a picture of the castle here. The Beast has signed it for you as well.
Oh, that's very nice of the Beast.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming and dining with us at the castle.
Thank you.
Hope you enjoyed everything.
Thank you, Anthony.
You're welcome.
Well, wait, hang on. The Beast gave you an autographed picture. Does he know?
Yes.
You're
The
famous
Beast gave us an
podcaster.
autographed picture. The Beast gave us the autographed picture along with the check. So, he's like,
That'll
he's
be
like,
$200, sir.
Yeah, I appreciate you dining with us tonight. Here's my card, and please make all checks payable to the Beast.
That's how they get you.
Yes.
That's so funny. They ease it on by putting an autographed picture on top of the bill. Oh my God,
Yeah.
that's so funny.
So it is interesting, as you know, like Magic Kingdom has traditionally been like a dry park, and like in the last few years, like you can get a beer at Liberty Tree or something at like Crystal Palace. I actually did get a kind of an old, like a Manhattan tonight, so I did have a little bourbon here just to try it out, and it was pretty good. Went well with the dinner, I would say, tonight.
Very nice. Very nice. Like you just want to see what it was like to have a little alcohol in the Magic Kingdom, to say you have.
It feels a little weird, I'll tell you that. But
you rule breaker.
But yeah, I mean, it was on the menu, Mike. I just saw it there.
Hey, I mean, yeah, why not? So let me ask you this. So is today the day that you said you were going to do the traditional kind of go hard? Because I mean, you guys were out early, you were rope dropping Epcot, and you've been going solid all day. I mean, not like terribly hard, but you've been going all day.
Yeah, we've been going all day. We stopped at the room for like an hour and a half just to, wind down a little bit, watch a little basketball. And then, then we just came right here. We took a bus, because you go to Magic Kingdom, got to take a bus, right?
Yep.
And it was a full bus. I had to stand most of the way. So that was kind of different for me. But yeah, I don't know if we're gonna go all the way tonight. I mean, we're pretty tired. Oh, Emily just mouthed, we're gonna go all the way.
Yes, Emily, hang on.
He just shot off that like sports horn for you, Emily. I mean, so Happily Ever After is at 8:30. So I think we're just gonna watch some Fantasyland because it's been a while since we've done that. And honestly, it's kind of nice, right? You could it's not as crowded, on Main Street. Like you miss the projections on the castle, but you can still relax and watch a great show, honestly. So I think we're gonna try to watch it like near the Beast Castle, maybe a little bit like at the end of that bridge tonight for Happily Ever After. And then we'll just see how it goes from there.
So it sounds like a good plan. Yeah, you're staying longer than I probably would make it. I don't think I'd make it this long. But I mean, Epcot today looked pretty nice. I mean, the weather looked good. You guys were going around doing flower and garden, having some of the great eats, some drinks, You took. Yep. I got to say, if people have, again, I've been plugging the Discord, but I appreciate what you're posting in the Discord because your pictures you're taking are so gorgeous, and I'll be honest, you're taking me along for the trip with your Discord pictures. So beourguestpodcast.com/Discord, go check them out because you're killing it over there.
Well, I'm glad to bring you along. And I'll post some more then later today. But so we did the early entry, and we're like, where do we go? Do we go towards like Frozen Ever After, Ratatouille? Did we go to Soarin'? We decided on Test Track, which I think was a good move, even though like they came out and like Test Track is currently closed. We're like, oh man, we made the wrong mistake. We actually woke up, got here early, and did all the right things, but it was only down for like 3 minutes. And honestly, we were off the ride by like, I don't know, still 10 minutes before the park opened for regular guests, and that just gave us that huge advantage as we always talk about, right? So we got one big thing done, and then we went across the way, did Soarin' and Living with the Land. Like we were just hitting all the things we wanted well before 10 o'clock, and then we did Guardians right at then. So, I mean, everything was hitting so right on all cylinders, and we just, we went to Starbucks, and there was like 5 people, not even 5 people in line. Like Liz just walked right in.
No way. No way. That
Emily,
place is always a nut house.
I know. So Emily and I, all of us like to do like those scavenger hunts, that they have around the festivals. And it seems like we luck out a lot over spring break. Like, so they're doing the Easter egg one again. So we're doing the Easter egg, the the pollen one, like the Spikes pollen.
Yeah, sure.
And so we went to go buy those maps, and then Elizabeth just went to Starbucks, and she already had the drinks when we got in there. Like she was in and out in like
Holy cow.
5 minutes. It was just unbelievable.
Yes.
But yeah, so like that was great, and then then we just toured like Flower Garden, hit up some food booths and all that. I mean, it was the perfect Epcot day, Mike. It really was, because this is my favorite festival, and especially if you go early in the festival too, like when the flowers just really pop this time of year. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And plus, it was a Sunday, which kind of had me worried for you, because I worry about going to festivals like, over the weekends, especially with it being spring break.
Oh yeah, I know. I was kind of nervous about that too. So yesterday was like we like flew in late Friday, didn't get to our room and checked in really until like 1:30 in the morning. So we didn't do anything obviously on Friday. But so yesterday we took it kind of chill. We went to early lunch at Sanaa, and then we went and got our like sodas and waters for the week. And then we're like, well, let's hop into the studios like around 2:00. And like it was not, I wouldn't say it was empty, but we were able to like we did Slinky Dog Dash in 30 minutes, on a Saturday in the middle of the afternoon.
That's crazy. I mean, that thing's usually
that's not
kind
spring
of
break.
Yeah, just 60 minutes is kind of like table stakes with that attraction.
Yeah, it was crazy. Liz just reminded me. It was posted 80. And I said, you know what? It's the first day of our trip. Our legs are fresh. We're excited. like this is going to be the one day that we're all willing to wait 80 minutes for. Because we didn't do it over marathon, so we wanted to do it. And then to our surprise, it was 25, 30 minutes.
Nice.
It was so crazy. But yeah, we did and that's with Rock and Roller Coaster down too, and Spring Break. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm going to keep watching the crowds, as we go around. Like, Epcot didn't really seem too bad. But yeah, Emily just made a point. Like, when we got here at Magic Kingdom, it seemed really crazy. So we'll see. Maybe everyone was at Magic Kingdom today. I don't know.
Yeah, they say Magic Kingdom would be crazy on Sundays because like people are either arriving or leaving for the week. So who knows?
Thank you so much.
That's a good point. I thought the same as you though. Like, why did I book Epcot on Sunday during the festival? All the locals, but it was a perfect day, and like we're wearing like kind of long sleeves now, but like the breeze was so good today. Like, I mean, when you're in the sun, it felt a little warm at times, but I mean, you've been here on some perfect days, Mike, and it was one of those days. It was just perfect. Spending the time with the family, all the food and drink, just exploring little showcase. I actually ran into a listener today while we were getting to Starbucks. I believe his name was Mike from Tennessee. Want to give him a shout out. I felt like afterwards I was like, oh man, I should have like taken a photo with the guy. He like came over, approached me. Like, him and his wife are here. She's teachers. They're on spring break, but awesome to see Mike from Tennessee today too.
That's awesome. Love it. So I'll cut you loose here shortly so you can get your dessert and get going. But
dude, the girls are like Emily's like slamming through.
That's what I'm saying. You're gonna
she's working on the Grace.
That's what I'm saying. If it was Mallory, I'd have no dessert by this point. I'd be done. But so real quick on Coronado, because people are loving Coronado because you're posting the pictures. How's Coronado been so far? Good.
Coronado has been fantastic. We had dinner at Maya Grill last night. I mean, we know it's one of our favorite spots, right?
Oh yeah.
Smooth Jazz guy was there. I missed getting a selfie with him though. Like he ended his set kind of early, so we got there and he was jamming out. Like, I kind of nodded at him, gave him the look, and then when we left, he was like nowhere to be because he's got to take a break, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I know he's a magician and all, but like he's got to refuel up and take a little break. But Coronado is just great. I mean. We haven't like explored the resort too much because honestly, like we've been in Epcot like all day today, and then just came here, and then yesterday was kind of like, getting the groceries and all that, and so I feel like we're gonna hit some pool time tomorrow, or obviously like later in the week because we're big pool people. But I'll tell you, we got casitas, which I love that. I love that area. Casitas 4. We're in a corner room on the first floor, right by the fitness center, Mike. So I had the view of the pool too, and this is a standard room we booked. So. Very, very happy with the room location that we got this time.
You're in a room that's almost exactly where I was for
Marathon weekend.
Yeah, I mean, real close. Yeah.
Yeah, Liz just said that the other day, or yesterday. The other day. We haven't only been here like 2 days. But she's like, oh my God, I think we're like right by where Mike's room was.
You're almost exactly where I was. Yeah, I was almost exactly where you guys are. Great location.
And I did the worst like husband thing ever, right? I was trying to tell her like, no, I'm thinking of another time. And she's like, no, I'm pretty sure it was like just 2 months ago. I'm like, no. And then I was like, yeah,
no,
Liz was right. Because she's always right.
She is right. She's smart. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
No, so But hey, yeah, I just wanted to, I appreciate you taking the time to let us kind of jump in here on a Sunday night. I know you're in the middle of your vacation, having dinner. But man, I just got to tell you, I love seeing that you're getting to have the family time. You're having such a good time, and the weather's been good. The crowds have been good. Because I know how much you love your trips, and I'm just glad that everything's going A-okay so far.
Yeah, things are going great. I mean, we still got a whole another week to go. So lots of posts, lots of Discord stuff. Like, be on the lookout. We're going to be the Gardner crew is going to be posting a lot of stuff out there. I hope everyone follows along.
We will, man. All right. Well, hey, I appreciate the time, buddy, and you guys just keep having fun, and I'll be following along this week because I'm chugging along here in the office.
All right, sounds great. I'm about to go enjoy the great stuff here at Be Our Guest.
I hear it's delicious.
It is delicious.
All right,
just ask the chef.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell the girls I said hello and have fun.
Will do.
All right,
we'll
take care,
Mike.
Scott. I'll talk to you later.
Bye,
right,
bye, everybody.
Bye. All right, Scotty G there, live from Beast Castle in the Magic Kingdom. How about that? That's pretty cool. He took the time out of his vacation to talk to us, and that's going to do it for tonight's show. Wanted to wrap it up with Scotty G live on location because he's our co-host, and he's taking the night off, but not really. He wanted to talk to you guys, so that's pretty cool. So thanks for joining us tonight, and stand by. We may do this again tomorrow, or not tomorrow. Next week, but it is Easter Sunday, so we are having family over. So stand by, watch the socials for this, but I probably will be able to do a live call-in show because most of the family leaves in plenty of time to do a live call-in show. So we'll see. Probably next Sunday night, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. So join us for the fun here on all the locations. Don't forget, join us on the Discord, beourguestpodcast.com/Discord. It's the Be Our Guest Podcast Clubhouse. We talk 24/7. You can drop in with a cup of coffee in the morning. You can check it in before you go to bed at night. It's a fun place to hang out over your lunch break during the day. We're all the listeners just dropping in, sharing pictures. Scott's sharing his vacation with us. We're talking about somebody's in there just this afternoon talking about she's making her ADRs tomorrow. We're going over her schedule, giving her ideas for, you should try this ADR on this day, and, look at use your dining credits for this. It's a lot of fun. We're talking about cruises coming up. A lot of people book cruises this week. So we're talking about, some people are on the same ship, same cruise. So we're making plans for that. It's just so much fun. So come on over and join us on the Discord. Again, beourguestpodcast.com/Discord. Also, the show is brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. That's a great way to support the show. I'd love to personally help you plan your next Disney vacation. Just go over to the just go over to themagicforless.com, fill out the quote form, no obligation, no cost to use the services. Just mention the show and we'll be working together again over at themagicforless.com. If you want to, and you're shopping online, just use our Amazon affiliate link. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. Super simple. Just click through that and you can become a Patreon supporter of the show as well. Just go to patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. $5 a month supports our podcast. And if you do that, you get a bonus show every week. It's called Mike in the Midwest. Just put out a show today. It's about my former speed skating coach, Ron, who taught me something that I think about every day to this day from back in 1996. So coming over to patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. Give me a follow on social media at beourguestmike, and we'll have the shows this week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Hope you'll join us for that. All right, time to get out of here, and whew, my voice is wore out, but I'll be back again. If you want to join me as we record the shows live this week, it'll be on Monday around 5:30 Eastern. So hop on in. We may have some call-ins this week on Monday, so join us for that because I don't know who's going to be joining me to record the shows this week. So I might need your help there too. All right, so have a good night. Have a good Thursday. If you're listening on the feed, I hope you have a great week. So for just me, you guys stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon.
You've been listening to the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. If you have questions, comments, or would like to be a guest on the show, please visit our website at beourguestpodcast.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you real soon.